Hi everyone, so today I'm going to make some Harmony sea salt soaps, and this is a batch that really accelerates, and so I have compensated by using more water today. I'm kind of nervous about how this is going to go, but I thought, hey, maybe you'd like to come along in case it does accelerate or seize. I mean, you'll be able to see that whole process also. So I'm going to add in my coconut milk. Had a little bit of fatty bits in it from the can. You know how that goes. I use organic, non-GMO coconut milk, BPA-free cans, no guar gum or anything like that in it. And I just like to pre-mix the coconut milk into my oil so that all the bits can be blended in. So now here is, let's see, let me think this through real quick like. I think I want to go ahead and add in a little bit of titanium dioxide. This fragrance oil, even though salt soaps are very white, this fragrance oil is quite yellow, so I'm just gonna add in about a spoonful just to help it along. The last time I made this soap, it seized so badly that it was an unsellable batch, and so I'm kind of concerned about it, but we're just gonna roll with it. Usually just adding some extra water, making sure you're soaping very cool is enough to help you along for make a successful batch. Now, the first time I made these and the last time I offered these, I've made several batches, but the last time these were offered, they were in a rectangular shape. Well, I'm moving to circular because my boxes need to be more uniform. So I'm going to be doing individual pouring as well. So that's another reason why I'm like, hey-oh, this could be a problem. Okay, so I just have a thin trace here. I'm going to go ahead and add in my salt, and I just use standard sea salt. A sea salt soap is a luxurious spa type bar. It's a little different. It's very hard. What else are some of the characteristics of it? It's mildly exfoliating. I don't consider it an all over body bar. You're supposed to keep it out of those hem areas on your body. Anything that might be sensitive or mucous membranes. It's supposed to kind of replicate a dip in the ocean is the whole general thought process on that. And salt does have very many benefits. We can't make any claims here, as any soap maker cannot unless they basically get FDA approval. But we just use salt because it makes a nice hard soap bar that everybody loves, a very luxurious experience. Okay, so I'm going to get my tray over here. Alright, so here's my tray with my round molds. And you can see everything is nice and fluid still. I know it's emulsified because it is high on the coconut oil, and it's a small amount in a smaller container with a stronger stick blender. So I'm not concerned about emulsification. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna do this thing. It's air conditioner season for us here in Missouri, so the air conditioner is going to be running throughout the spring and summer and fall. We're doing pretty nice so far. I do want to give it a little bit of a blend, tapping out the air bubbles. bring in this tray. Everything's looking real nice and thin so far. The last time I made it, I'm pretty sure I forgot to increase some water, so I think that was part of my problem. Ooh, we're doing nicely, but it's time to start pouring. It's thick enough that it's holding the salt instead of the salt sinking. But I do typically stir it every now and again. So the last time I made this, it accelerated so badly that I could not even get any into a mold, not even one little bit. I'm pretty sure I had soaked at 30% lye concentration that time. This time I went all the way down to 25%. And that means that there's actually more water in the batch when the percentage goes down on lye concentration. Everything's looking super delightful. But woo-wee, there we go. We're starting to get there now. Still quite workable. It might be getting interesting by the time I get to this last little bit. Now, if I were doing just the single tray mold with the dividers like I did the last time, it would be going quite nicely. I wouldn't have to go to some of the extra efforts. The thicker the batter gets, the harder it is to create nice straight bars. You'll see some dark specks occasionally. That comes from just the sea salt. It's never 100% pure white. Since I'm not working with any particular design, I can smooth these off with a spoon if I need to. Smells so good. It's like an original Dove soap type scent. So it's very floral. It's helpful to have a tray underneath so that they can be smacked down. This is an aluminum tray, so it's not ideal to have raw soap on the tray. Okay, go back. Looks like I'm a little bit extra. I thought that might be the case. Sometimes I don't always remember my batch sizes for certain molds. But I did add quite a bit extra water, so that's gonna make the batch seem larger. Okay, well that went pretty well. So I guess I'll make some samples. And I usually do the heart mold, or have been doing it, I should say, for some of my salt soaps. But I decided that I prefer the round. So it kind of is the consistency of cream of wheat, if you ever eat that. So I'm just gonna make smaller amounts. I've been trying to do that. I haven't had a lot of samples in the past for the salt soaps. I'm trying to make sure I have a little bit that I can do samples for, because a lot of people don't know what a salt soap is like, so it can be nice to test out such things. We do adjust the super fat to counteract the coconut, so it's not going to be crazy drying. However, just based on the coconut and the salt, if you happen to be sensitive to either one of those things, you may find a salt to be a little bit drying. In my experience, I've found salt soaps to be a kind of a love it or hate it situation. For the people that love them a lot. And the people that don't like them have pretty equal emotions about them. But we keep making them because they're so popular. I have shared a recipe before in some tutorials for these salt soaps, so you can see I did quite well with this in the long run. Let's see if I can make a really thin one. Okay, so you can see there was some adjustments, but this soap was a success. Alright guys, I'll see you back here for the unmolding. Hi everyone, so I'm back to unmold the Harmony Sea Salt Soap. I think they turned out super duper. They're just plain white and sort of plain. I have already unmolded this one because I wanted to take some pictures. Just super cute and just simple and plain, but not really plain at the same time. This mold really likes to hold on to the soap down in those edges. I stretch it and let it get ready to let it go. I'm definitely loving how these turned out as smooth as they did, despite the fact that the fragrance does try to accelerate, and I was able to work with it. I love this one is white. I don't know why I love it as white, but I just do. It's just, white is the way it needs to be. And because I added a little titanium dioxide, these are quite white actually. Alright, now I can move the mold out of the way. Start setting these out. I'll probably just leave them right here. Put them back on the curing rack. We'll see how it goes with these ones. They're pretty bumpy. I kind of like it actually. I love how it's like kind of ploppy and drizzly. We'll see how it goes. On those ones, they didn't really fill up right here at the sides as well, so it may be one of those things where I need to leave them just so they stay at the proper weight. I'll probably turn around and get another batch of these made. I currently only have the 2 molds, but I will probably get a new because I really do love working with it. These silicone molds are so nice for just unmolding and going. They usually have such smooth edges that it's really nice. I don't end up having to do really much for beveling or anything. So that's pretty much it. There we have it. The Harmony Dove type sea salt soaps. And I will talk to you guys later.